Hello and welcome to the Tie Show for April 11th, 2020. In a very down to earth day of sports, we did get some more news on college basketball transfers. As we went over yesterday, Jamal Bieniemy from OU, who's the starting point guard this year, uh, decided to put his name in the transfer portal. Again, kind of shocked that he is. He did start 30 of the 31 games this year, but a 6'3" guard out of Katy, Texas. He was a three-star prospect. His freshman year averaged 4.9 points, shot 39%. 3.5 assists, 2.4 rebounds as a freshman, improved that to 5.2 points. Shot only 34% this year on 2.8 assists, but upped his rebound numbers to 4. But yeah, he put his name in the transfer portal. Wherever he ends up, he'll have to sit out because he is a sophomore, and the rule in college basketball is you still have to sit out a year unless you're a graduate transfer. But his original, he chose OU over Creighton, LSU, and OSU, so I don't know if he'll end up at one of those schools. No news on where he will end up yet. Um, there was some news about Trey Wertz, who is a big-time guard out of Santa Clara. 6'5" guard, Charlotte, North Carolina. He was college team or high school teammates with Damian Dotson and Grant Williams of the Celtics, and he had a list of a couple teams down. OU was one of them. I think the other ones were Notre Dame, Arizona, Butler, North Carolina, Virginia. He had dropped Ohio State as of this morning, but after meeting with Notre Dame today, he did commit, so he is officially a Fighting Irish. He'll have to sit out this year too, but he was a pretty good player at Santa Clara. Um, Started 29 of the 31 games there. Shot 40% from three, averaging 11.9 points, 3.5 rebounds, 3.9 assists, shooting 48.9 from the field and 75% from the free throw line. But yeah, he was a big time player. His dad was a reporter down in Charlotte, and he was telling the story about how, as a reporter, he wasn't allowed to cover him while he was in high school because he was the biggest name story down there. But he didn't want to show favoritism and write about his son, so he always sent other people. And he went to like one game and cheered for him, and somebody legit took a picture of him and like called him in and saying that he was cheering for a team, and he's like, "I'm just cheering for my son." Cool story. Hopefully he does good at Notre Dame. Again, he'll have to sit out, but he chose Santa Clara over Boston College, Clemson, Georgetown, Georgia, Georgia Tech, Stanford, Virginia, and Virginia Tech. So he definitely went the farthest, as it clearly shows that the Charlotte connection didn't stay with him as he ended up in Santa Clara and then chose Notre Dame over North Carolina. But it'd be interesting to see what he could do. He'll have 2 years of eligibility there. And Notre Dame usually always lands one transfer, so this is their transfer for the year. They landed Cormac Ryan out of Stanford last year, who sat out this year, and he'll play for them this year, and then he'll probably replace Cormac next year. And then OSU went ahead and got a graduate transfer from Cal Baptist, Vernon Favors Jr., a 6'3", 190 guard who averaged 13.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and assists, shooting 42% from the field. He's from Federal Way, Washington. He also shot 44% from three. He chose OSU over Xavier, Wake Forest, Washington State, and Detroit. He should be a good add to them. He'll be eligible to play next year with Cade Cunningham coming in for OSU. OSU's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Big 12 next year. The number 2 recruit in all of college basketball. Be interesting to see how they do next year. I would assume they do a lot better than they did this year, as they were bottom of the bracket. Mike Boyden kind of got that team turned around at the end, but they had a very slow start to start the year in the Big 12 for a really good non-conference schedule, and got them bounced back. They won a couple of their last games, finished with a respectable record in the Big 12, but it wasn't anything that they were hoping for. But we'll see what they turn out this year with Cade Cunningham as the number 2 prospect, who his dad's an assistant coach, so he'll be a freshman, one and done there. But OSU's had a couple of those with Marcus Smart, and I can't remember the other guy, but Marcus Smart was a big one. Went 6th overall. OU will have a rebuilding year next year, I would assume so. It'll be Brady Mannix last year. They do lose Doolittle. But yeah, with Bieniemy now gone, Harmon will step in at point, and Reeves, Harmon, and Manic will have to step up for the Sooners and figure out what they're going to do. All in all, Big 12 should be fun next year. I know Baylor's probably going to be the favorite because they return a couple players. Kansas will lose Dotson and Azubuike, but they'll still be a favorite because it's Kansas basketball unless they get hit with some sanctions, which I highly doubt they actually will be hit with anything big. But it'll be definitely interesting to see what happens in the Big 12. That's really all the news today. We were looking at Trey Wertz for OU, but officially as a Fighting Irish now as of 2 p.m. So he can't come in and replace Bieniemy. So hope he does good. Hope Jamal does good wherever he goes. Corbin Merritt, again, another guy that transferred from OU who only played in 8 games this year. Hopefully he finds somewhere where he can end up that he's good. And Farron Jr. should be a good addition to the OSU team next year. Um, all in all, pretty good college basketball news for the day. If you have any comments, talk about those players, where you think Jamal's going to end up, if you think that Vernon Favors can help out the Cowboys in any way, or Trey Wertz helping out the Fighting Irish in any way, just leave it in the comments. Leave a like on this video, and I will see you all tomorrow.